How are you? Thank you for having us. Sorry, that was a non-relevant question about it.
When do you work, by the way? When do we finally get to work together?
I don't work.
When do you do it? When do you
Sometimes I
have
get
fun?
paid for it. When am I working? Well, Richard and I know each other for
I don't really know.
many. And we've done...
First work on together.
Huh?
What was the first thing you worked on together?
We actually never worked together.
Yeah.
I tried. She just would, you know.
I'm very
I
expensive.
don't know. Wasn't tall enough.
Very hard to get hold of.
Really? Seriously? I had no idea.
You have to pay me a lot of cookies.
But I found that she's
I'm easy at being. No, anyway, next question. Was that a question? But yeah, let's talk about.
Yeah, you want some questions? First of all, any questions you have for either of us? Obviously, I've been talking a little bit, so feel free to ask it, and we'll talk a little bit and share a little bit about why you were attracted to the show and the story and all that kind of stuff.
It's
Yeah.
okay. So I came to America. I've been back and forward for about 10 years, and then I most recently came to host the Jim Henson Creature Shop Challenge, which I thought in my heart and soul that it would be picked up, and waited here for a year, and still to this day is not. And I still thought that there was a slight chance. I was kind of hoping yesterday. The whole reason that Brian Henson was here, I'm like, maybe he's going to mention the Farscape movie, and it's going to be like a big surprise for me, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, how cool! So the whole talk in the back of my mind, I think, the talk's almost over. Is he going to bring it up? And then never, he didn't bring it up. So anyway, I'm still hoping and praying for the beautiful Farscape movie, which I do think actually exists out there, because when I was hosting the Jim Henson Creature Shop Challenge, he showed me a big yellow envelope. He's like, guess what this is? I'm like, what? And he goes, it's the script to
Oh, they're actually making a movie?
Yes. And I'm like, well, hurry up, because we're all getting old and dying.
I know.
Because Chiana in a wheelchair. But the point of the whole story is that I was at Dragon Con 3 years ago, and this beautiful girl approached me with her amazing man and said, would you like to come on board and work with us for hashtag? So I've got these little postcards here, so you can just pass them up. And I said, let me read the script. And I read the script, and it was awesome. Beautiful little short about an online media maven. She's got like 800 million subscribers, as you do. And she's trapped in this world of modern technology. So it's a satirical comment on where we're all heading with Twitter and Facebook and all that jazz. So that's in post-production at the moment. We want to take it to Sundance and Cannes and Toronto and film festivals to get some street credit, and then hopefully make something bigger out of it, like a beautiful feature. But the point of that story is that it really opened my eyes to crowdfunding and to making productions with people that you meet through conventions, not necessarily through your agent. And it's really refreshing and awesome, because the last few projects I've done have all been from convention connections, and the last two have been crowdfunded. And it's so awesome to be working with people that are friends and family and fans and telling beautiful stories together. So Richard and I have to say, more than honoured and humbled, suggested me for this. He goes, you need a good actress, use her.
I knew that was the only way, you know. They offered her a fortune of money and perks and everything like a big motorhome with a jacuzzi. What else did you get that I didn't get?
But he suggested me for this role and stuff, and I'm super, that in itself is the best pay that I could ever get, because I feel like an oracle to me. And am I your wife or your girlfriend? Have we figured that out yet? And did you write in the sex scene?
That's right, confusing.
I think I got an email from you last night saying the scene's been amended.
Turn the other way and then I'll answer it.
Which is cool. I'm honoured, and I'm going to be.
Sex scenes are always, everybody thinks sex scenes are, oh, we get a sex scene, but sex scenes are always so crazy.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, they really are.
Horrible.
You have no idea.
No.
People don't brush their teeth.
I have a cigarette,
You know, upstairs grab, kiss me, baby. You know, I know.
But it's really cool. This story is definitely one of the best scripts I've ever.
It's a wonderful
As soon as I read it, I called up Richard.
And you read for the other role?
I did. I really wanted the other
Everybody
role.
wanted her.
I really wanted. She's a
Literally.
ballsy producer, and she's nasty in a great way. Like she's just all balls. I'm like, oh, I will act the shit out of this.
I saw your audition, by the way.
Yeah, so
That's great.
it was great. Not great enough, but anyway. But
It was the age, no, it was the age thing. I think they wanted her a little older.
and that's the first time anyone's
She's
ever
too
said I'm
attractive, too young, too hot, too sexy.
too young and attractive. I'm like, I can fix that. Have you seen me in the morning? Jet, you can vouch for it. I'm like, the beast arises. So,
Yeah.
I just want to say, Gigi, you did a hell of a job in the Star Trek Continues episode.
thank you very much.
And thank you for not doing an American accent. I'm glad you stuck to your... that
Well,
you-
actually, that wasn't my. I thought she was in my mind because when you read scripts, you just connect with them, and that's always a big thing, whether they're American or Aussie for me, obviously. And I've thought, because most of the stuff I do in the States is American. But Bryn actually said he wants me Aussie. Are you happy having an Aussie girlfriend?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
A convict girlfriend? Good with that?
I love accents.
If there was an Oscar for fan films, you should get one. You did a great job.
They're great.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
I think she's the first Aussie in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yes! That'd be like a Guinness Book.
And by the way, I don't know if you watch New Voyages. You probably don't. If you watch the other one, do you watch any of the other?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I just finished a really great episode with my friend Mark.
And when's that one coming out?
Apparently, because of the lawsuit from Paramount, that little thing, crazy thing, which has set these parameters for fan films, right? That means every fan film has to roll it back. They can't do longer than a 15-minute. They can't use any.
Well,
professional
if
actors.
it was already in the pipeline, they're
Well,
allowed
it was
to,
actually already
because the
made,
newest
so-
Continues episode came out today.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's good.
So hopefully
too.
they will be able to do that. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a cookie fix back there.
Oh yeah, they could release that. They could release that with no problem.
Right, then they should probably do it. I think then that would be great.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can you tell them a bit about the story? I don't know how much you're allowed.
No, I actually told you most of the story. Actually,
It's
did I miss
such a good
anything?
story. How much did you say?
No, I just kind of set it all up. Yeah.
Have you played the little thing?
Oh, we're already done.
When did you guys start? Have you played it?
By the way, you know this is not the Diminuendo panel.
I can't even pronounce the title. I'm like,
But we can, then we'll take some questions. How you put it together? If you've never been on a film set, everybody has illusions about what this glamorous.
pretty unromantic.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, you have no idea what everybody
Usually you
goes
don't
through.
get paid.
Yeah, tough thing. But anyway, anybody have a question for any of us? Anything about that movie? Yeah.
Is that the same jacket you're wearing now?
Actually, yes. It's also my Tom Zerk jacket.
Did you steal that from set?
No. By the way, somebody bought my Tom Zerk jacket, and I tried to buy it back, and he wouldn't sell it to me. Tom Zerk! You went out the airlock, buddy! Yes. Anybody else? Another question? Yes.
When does the movie come out?
You really don't know. You know why? Because we have another 2 weeks of filming. There's a lot more scenes to shoot. And then most likely movies can take anywhere
I haven't
from
even
6
done my
months
bit
to a
yet.
year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we don't know. But they'll probably go to the film festival around. I think it'll go out to film festivals all over. So, yeah. So we'll get to wine and cheese and do all that good fun stuff, you know.
I just can't wait to play his girlfriend and just put him through hell.
She's gonna see me at the very worst. I kept thinking, I gotta take all my clothes off in front of this girl.
I'll be like, click,
You know.
you got
Like, this could only be 40 years ago.
I got my
No,
script, I didn't
seriously.
pick it up.
I know. Yes.
Where are you filming and how many pages a day do you shoot?
5, 6 pages a day. If we're lucky, some days a little more, some days a little less. But I'm amazed that we were way behind on the first day. And then Bryn just seems to have a way with working with, he knows everything. I mean, he's like James Cameron. He knows camera, he knows sound, he knows lighting, he knows everything. So he just jumps in there and makes it happen. So we caught up.
What was the,
Yeah.
what was the first movie? You've done another movie with them as well, right?
Well, yeah, Cowboys and Indians. Yeah, we talked about that with Malcolm McDowell, and that was a lot of fun. But again, I don't know why. How many steampunk fans are here? I don't understand why, because retro-futuristic is just, to me, such a great combination. I love the Victorian thing, Victorian dresses, you know, the whole
Like
kind of...
steampunk?
Yes, no, not steampunk. Oh, yeah, steampunk, yeah.
I love steampunk. No one's really
Yeah.
done it really.
I know.
Right.
And then
Well,
they
Atlantic
never
City,
do.
Atlantic City was around, but they haven't really done anything with that yet, have they? Other than written a book.
For what?
Bruce Boxford there.
Yeah, Atlantic City.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, the Wild Wild West was another version of that, because, again, that dealt with the West part of it. The Victorian deals more with the Victorian part of that equation. But it also works in the West, you know, with the cowboys and that whole thing, and then futuristic kind of weaponry and stuff like that, you know. Another question, guys? Anything about the industry, about the acting process, about what we performers go through yet?
What's your daily schedule like? Like
For
when
me,
you lines, when you...
yeah, I have to, when you're doing something, a really deep emotional role, there's times when you can go to the set and just be in the moment and don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You just go with it, and the scene and the contents of the scene and the actors you're working with just pulls you into that reality.
Yeah.
Other times you gotta really find a way, and some people are more vulnerable, more accessible to their emotions and feelings, and if you're going to a really deep, dark place, I mean, I had to do this scene where I, for the first time, you saw that emotional moment in there where
You're like, there's no cookie.
yeah, and yeah, that ruined it, yeah.
Why is it Gigi on
I
set?
couldn't cry for days after that, no. But it was not an easy thing because we're filming, we're going fast.
Yeah, and apart from you don't film
Yeah.
in order, so it could be all out of sync as well.
And you don't have a lot of time. So the actors just have to find a way to focus, make a choice, step into it, and take you there. That's where all that training takes from, because you got to get so comfortable going to all those places that most of us will pay a lot of money to not go to and self-medicate.
Really,
You know?
it's really almost therapeutic in a weird way. Like I was taught on the method side of things, so you do convince yourself somewhere in your heart and soul that that situation is going on. Like with someone that I really love or that I can't stand or whatever, or endow someone with that. So it is a true reaction, and it is something that you do convince yourself.
What's your most challenging role for you? The role that you play?
I mean, always seem to do pretty fairly dramatical, like emotional wrecks. I can't imagine why. I don't know if it's challenging. When I find it challenging is when you get so many auditions in America and a lot of it's fluff. And I hate that because you look at the script and you go, this sucks. People don't speak like this. And why is she taking her top off? You know, and like very simple stuff, you know, gratuitous stuff or whatever. So when you do come across a good script, it's so refreshing, so amazing.
I remember now looking at your acting reel, and I remember a role that you played, and I think she's gay in that part. She's like a business lady or something.
Yeah.
Did Bryn ever see that reel? You know why? Because that role, what you played there,
Lesbian.
no, it was just a strength. She had such a strength. You had such a strength and confidence, and just a kind of.
I feel like
That was
really,
really perfect for her.
I feel really, I'm having a hard time in LA, which is why I was very lucky. Straight after Farscape, I went straight on to playing a leading lady on a top television show for 6 months. Then she was a homicide detective, and she was bipolar, and then she ended up making her dad. I'm like, now this is getting stupid. Like we're running out of things to write about. And then I did a couple of films and stuff, and then I just started sort of wedging my way over back and forth to America. And I had a really good solid run for about 10, 15-ish years. Like I think it was quite strong. And it's bizarre when you're not working because I think that I just create drama in my life. If I don't have anything to act, then I'm like, where's the milk? Why are we out of milk? Like, I'm just going to shop and buy some milk, you know. I'm like, okay, I'll get it. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ, come on now. Like, I'm very good. I think think as we train our heads and our hearts to be so connected and so close to your emotions and stuff. I don't even know how this one puts up with me or any of my friends.
How do you put up with it? Can you share
Alcohol.
one day?
One day
Lots of alcohol, is that it? That's the secret.
Pussy shirts.
Yeah.
For Gigi, what was it like to decide to leave your homeland? You know, I know you love what you do.
They kicked her out of her home.
Yeah, I got banished.
She went back.
It's so weird because like for the longest time, I was always comparing stuff to Australia because it is like paradise if you've been there. There's fresh air, there's no guns. You talk about the sunrise and the sunset and you have a beer and you go and watch the whales in the ocean. Mostly you don't wear shoes. I've got a dog, he was never on a leash. Like it's just a beautiful, beautiful way of life. And then I would be so frustrated with LA because there's no off switch. Wherever you go, they're like, oh, who are you with? What are you working on? What was your last thing? Maybe you should get your headshot. And it's like, shut up. That's not what life's about. Life's about living and enjoying and being in the moment. And then I would go back to Australia after LA. I'm like, oh, cool. So what are you working on? Oh, so I was like, I'm morphing into one of them. And now I love it because I can go take my dog MacGyver to the dog park and bump into a director or a writer or an actor and go, hey, I've got a script, you want to be in it? And you make a project. And now I've definitely, this is the first time, I have 7 brothers and sisters, 3 different mums, and I miss my family like crazy, but we are all definitely crazy, so I think it's good we've got an ocean between us. It means we can really enjoy each other when you do hang out and everything. That's probably my biggest things that I miss is my beautiful family. But work-wise and stuff now, I definitely feel like America, you guys, and it's all because of you guys, and hashtag was my light at the end of the tunnel. Like I was literally going to store myself in front of a truck. I had no idea what on earth I was
Are they
going
going
to
to watch this somewhere?
Yeah, when
As soon as it's done. We're in post. We're in post right now, so
Where can they watch it?
it will be online. We're going to take it on the film circuit
Oh, will be, okay.
first, and then we'll definitely have it online. So yeah,
Like on YouTube somewhere, or Vimeo or something?
Vimeo, yeah, probably, yeah.
And we, in the meantime, I did another little project called Nexus, and that's been released. We aired that. I wanted to show the clip, but I've only got a USB, or it's online, but we can't do anything.
Can you?
I have a DVD player that's all got.
No worries. But I've got links to it on my website and stuff if you want to check it out. But yeah, it's a funny career. You've got to really stay very positive about it because my mum even said, she's like, it's one of those mum things. She goes, I can't believe you haven't thrown yourself off a cliff. Oh, hi mum. She's like, well, you just hear no. Oh, I get it. You just rejected and thrown it. I get it. You know, but then you just keep popping back up.
So she wasn't very happy about you going in?
She does not like me in America. She's terrified of the guns and the terrorists and the airplanes.
Oh, wow.
I think it's so funny because all
We
you
think
guys...
we're safe.
Yeah.
The rest of the world thinks we're the most dangerous place.
And you guys think Australia's dangerous, and I'm like, Australia's got nothing on you guys. But, you know, just keep your wits about you. But she wants me to be on Planet Away. And she wants me to be there, and I don't know why, because every time we hang out after a day, we're like, ugh, can't stand. Because we mirror images of each other. But yeah, you've got to always stay positive in this crazy little world. And
You had a question? Oh, hang on 1 second. Yeah, you got it.
This question is for both you, Rich and Gigi. That is, you talk about your non-acting lives, your daily lives, walking a dog, whatever, or interacting with people. Do you find yourself falling into character from some of the actors that you portray?
And you know what frustrates me is that people go, how can I tell if you're not acting now? I'm like, fuck off.
People think, they think you're those characters. So they treat you like that. And then all of a sudden you find yourself channeling the character, you know. And,
Do you find yourself channeling?
What?
Do you? You find it in character?
Of course.
You psycho.
At least I admit it.
What are some of the favorite
No.
catchphrases or lines?
In order to become an actor, you got to crack the foundation of who you are and then just let it all go so that you can kind of creatively take it wherever you want to take it. Most people are locked in to a concept of themselves. It's very hard to step into a character. But you have to empathetically be able to step outside. It's not that you don't use yourself. You step into somebody else's mindset, somebody else's way of thinking and experiencing life. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Richard, I just wanted to pay you a compliment. One of my favorite things that you ever
Can you
did.
stand up so everybody can hear? It's never done, everybody. It's been done all over the world. Okay.
No, one of my favorite things that you did, and you showed a huge range of emotion, was as Jan Berry in Dead Man's Curve.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, if you've never seen it, please see it. It's the story
Well, you know
of
what's
Jan and
really
Dean,
interesting?
the 60s,
rock
the
stars,
60s
Jan and
beach,
Dean,
beach guys.
50s, that kind of music, and I actually had to play somebody's life while they were still alive.
Oh, that's true.
And they were on set, and I would follow him around because he was paralyzed. Jan Berry went through an automobile accident, had aphasia, brain damage, and he could barely walk with his hand. Inside his head, everything was clear, but between his head and out here, there was all this gobbledygook in the way. And so just watching him, I tell people, it was actually made it easier, because I would sit there watching him watch the scene, and tears would be in his eyes as he relived his life, and that just moved me. So it actually helped pull me in to the scene. So that was me and...
Please, if you haven't seen it, get a copy of it, find it. It may even be on YouTube, but you'll
I don't know if they have it
you'll have a
yet.
whole new appreciation for Richard and his acting work.
Whole new one?
By the way, real quick, I'm doing this thing called Personal Space with Nikki Klein and Camo from the new Battlestar, and it's about this 1,200-year journey to another star system that started in 1991 when, who was the president then? Come on.
Bush.
Not Bush, Ronald Reagan. Talked about space, and we need to put more money into space.
It must be 1981.
And every crew gets 25 years to run the ship, and then they go into cryo. And the cryo is actually based on real cryo. And apparently it's the most painful process, and there's 200 people in cryo. Walt Disney is one of them. And they have to put you in cryo before you die.
Wait, what? Is this real life? Or are you
Yeah.
talking about film?
Well, no, this is the process, is a real process, but it's part of the story. Anyway, I'm the existing...
So there are people
No,
from...
wait, you're not going to go into cryo.
I think I already am.
Yeah,
But-
right now in this room.
But I am the outgoing captain who's been running the ship for 25 years. Nikki Klein is the new captain coming in, and it's dramatic and also humorous. And I don't trust her, so I don't want to go to sleep. So she's trying every ploy in the world to try to usurp me and get me to
Sound
go
like a
into
woman to
crime.
me?
Yes.
Sound like anything that I could go and do.
Another question, guy? Yes. Yes.
In the teaser, there are a couple of short scenes where you're kind of physically threatening someone.
Yeah.
How tough is it? Because I imagine some of these people are people that you probably just met that morning.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's
Right.
I just channeled Tom's Eric, okay? No, let me tell you, for me, it's very hard. It's not very challenging to be angry when you live in a world where there's so many things that don't make sense.
It's true.
I'm pissed off at the way we run politics, the way we run our government, the way we run our medical system, the way we do everything. So getting to anger is not easy, hard for me. Some people grew up having to sit on their anger, so they're not comfortable going there. That is not my problem.
I want to quickly go back to the another thing with the characters and stuff like that. You said it was only one time that I played a real life character, and it was actually my first ever television role. A casting lady came in to talk to us, and she was like, "Oh, you and you come in for a little baby role in this miniseries for an audition." So I went in and I auditioned, and that's kind of interesting. Can you stick around for a bit to read? And because I had no idea about the system, I was like, yeah. And so they gave me a script, and it was about this girl who was trapped in a train, and it's a true life story. It's the Granville train disaster. The train derailed, and a lot of these people were actually trapped in the train with dead people, and very, very horrible for hours and hours and hours. And she was a ballerina, and she to this day is still helpless and wheelchairs and all that kind of stuff. And I was reading the scene, and it was so badly written. It was like, it was when she got told that she couldn't dance anymore. She's like, I'll dance again. I'll show you all. I don't need your rotten crutches. I'm like, whoever gets this poor girl. Like, it was a beautiful story, but the way that it's very soft writing, so over the top writing. So I was reading it, I was like, okay, and then there's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah. So I thought I was ready for the other actor who was auditioning. And they're like, oh, just take a seat. And I was like, oh, and the seat was in front of the camera. I was like, oh, like this, and they're like, okay, and so off you go. I was like, oh. So I just, took a second and got myself in that mode, and I ended up getting this role. It was that was my first intro into the film and television industry, which was
Can
amazing.
you hear back there, by the way? I'm sorry. Can you hear? Okay.
So anyway, I was so method that at lunchtime, when everyone went to lunch, I would stay in the train set. Like that's how hardcore I was in my early days when I was out of straight. I was still actually in university, but it was really full on because the lady would never meet me. And I'm like, how can you play a role? She said, you can tell my story, but I don't want to meet it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to meet it. I don't want it. Whatever. So it was such a big thing, because when you're playing any character, you have a big responsibility to tell the truth and to commit to the story and everything. But if that person's alive, so I wonder if she has ex.
It's so weird that she was alone.
Yeah.
Why did you start acting? How did that evolve?
I was a really mucked up kid. I was not very good at communicating. Some pretty intense stuff happened when I was little, and I lived in a make-believe world my whole life, because that was a very safe and comfortable place, I think. I was a lot more happy playing with the mermaids and the unicorns and the fairies than any kids. And my mum later on told me, she goes, yeah, you thought you didn't know if you were autistic or what was going on when you were first, you were developing, because you were definitely a very unique character and not very good with connecting to people. So I think that's where I found my make-believe world was, and it's literally been one happy accident after the next. And then I had like my first long-running sort of 4 months without a job, and literally that's the longest I've ever been without a job. And I was like, I don't know how to do anything. I've never been trained in anything. I don't even know how to waitress or be a babysitter or do. So I'm like, gosh darn it! So you guys are literally my savior. I've been doing comic conventions.
You did street performing, didn't you?
Yes, I street performed. It was interesting because I made this film called Nobody Knows, which was actually a true moment that happened on Farscape. You can watch it, it's free online if you want to check it out. And I put all my money into it, and I had nothing, no way to eat or look after myself. And I said to my partner at the time, I'm going to go back to Australia because I feel like I'm not a household name back there, but for no sci-fi, for a cop or a robber or a lawyer or a rescuer or whatever. And he said, well, why don't you come street perform with me? I'm like, I'm not going to street perform. I'm a professional actress. So the next day, I went for about 2 years, roller skating, fire twirling, crying.
I said that. I saw the ball. I saw that. Yeah, wow.
But it was really cool because it taught me to be humble again, and it taught me to really interact with people again, because you didn't have that television screen to protect you. You could hear everything that was going on. So yeah.
I think Richard might have answered part of my first question. I live in the Baltimore, D.C. area, so I've been a background extra for House of Cards and Netflix.
Cool.
And I'm on their casting company, they give me Facebook hits all the time. And what I like to do is try to break in and get like one line. And I took an acting class about 20 years ago, and they diagnosed me with a downward inflection pattern. So I'm trying to remember my lines. The only way I overcome it is act like I'm yelling at my younger brothers, or channel my father's command.
Who told you that?
What? The acting person said I had a downward inflection.
And now that's what's screwed with you for the rest of your
Well, the problem is I can't
People
remember.
that say, you can't sing, because everybody, when you start singing, they go, oh, they start doing a howling sound.
Well, I can't remember like lyrics to a song, so maybe I can only do one. My minor goal is to.
By the way, your inflections are going down.
Yeah. So I know if I take an acting class again, or I need an acting resume to do a one line, because I'd be on set and watch the things, and I could, if I use my father's baritone voice, maybe I can do one line.
She's doing coaching here, late night coaching.
Yeah, at the bar. You buy me a drink.
After a couple drinks, I believe.
I don't know if I need to go to community theater.
New acting.
So I don't know if I need to go to community theater to get an acting resume for a one-line gig.
Yeah.
What's the best way to break into that?
Just be a background.
First of all,
practice,
I would
practice.
think about one-line gigs.
Yeah.
I think, do I like this acting thing?
Yes.
Let's go explore it. And then you just need to check out different classes, people, until you find somebody that you really feel comfortable with.
And like even
Yeah.
like I started like community theatre, and then you go in confidence, and then community theatre leads to another actor, and they'll do a short film, and then you get a little show reel together, and you get your agent. Your agent is the one that pitches you out.
Well, the irony is my father.
She sings. Did you know that? She has a band and performs. Do you know that? Are you performing here at all? Your
What do you
band?
think I'm doing now?
Okay. You're on.
No, not this one, no.
What about Rockville? You're going to be in Maryland in a couple of weeks.
In DC?
DC, yeah. DC,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
see you then.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I sing. This is kind of interesting because it kind of relates to your story. Is that like ages ago, I sung on stage and I got the worst stage fright, and I love singing, but it terrifies me. So I feel like I'm pretty confident at home and in the shower, in the car, and then I get on like in front of people, and I would literally be shaking to the core because a certain comment that was told to me in the early days. It's like that, like
Well,
could really screw
my
with you.
father eradicated the fear gene from me, so I don't care.
That's so
Really?
good.
It's weird, so but it doesn't help.
You know what they say, don't you? If you don't feel fear, you just haven't gotten far enough
Oh,
outside the box yet. You gotta go a little deeper, a little further. Yeah.
It's not helping me get over
They
it.
say you have to ignite the fear button to access energy. Energy allows you to hit the high note, do things you never could do before. If you play it safe, you're lost. It's a hard one to learn, it really is. Yeah. Oh, you live here in the Atlanta area?
No, but the casting company has a branch, Marinell or Coon Casting.
Oh.
So they have a branch in Baltimore, DC. So
Right.
House of Cards is shooting. And they
That's
keep
Kevin
texting-
Spacey, right?
What?
Is that Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you a funny story. I went to the Emmys and we totally hoodwinked our way onto the red carpet. And people were like, who are you guys? I'm like, I do interviews with people and they're like, I'm just busting. And then I went with this guy, he's hysterical. He's like, it's all about confidence, And I'm like, why are we walking? We walked in and it was through the front row and we're sitting in Z, And Kevin Spacey and the beautiful wives there. And the guy goes, hello, Mrs. Spacey. I'd like to introduce Gigi Edgley. I'm like, oh, man, come on. This is like my favorite actor. And I'm like, hi, I'm Gigi. And the wife's looking at me like, don't you shake my husband's hand for too much. I'm like, what? I'm the biggest. I get the nervous wreck around people that I'm trying to.
I can't even imagine you being nervous. I've never seen you nervous.
Oh, I'm terrible.
She can tap into that.
I can't even. He makes me sneak into movie cinemas, and I'm terrible. I can't act in. Sorry. I can't act in real life. Like if it's a real life situation, I'm the worst liar. I'm just a klutz, a mess. I walk around with my foot in my mouth.
Do you watch yourself on TV? Do you like seeing
I love watching myself. Because this is why. Because
Really? Does she?
yes.
Okay.
Because like with the Star Trek Continued or even Farscape, especially Farscape, because we were shooting all out of order, 3 different episodes at the same time, and they're
From the
rewriting.
beginning?
Yep, and they're all, and then we're doing for ADR for 2 others, so it's all mishmash. So I want to make sure that the character, what I'm giving you guys, is what comes across, because also sometimes you can do a scene, but the way it's shot can actually, it can be, when you look at it at the end, it can be not what you thought your intention. I mean, obviously it's there somewhere, but it can be strong enough or not. It can change through the edit.
Right.
So I love it, I adore it. It takes me one watch to get over the, oh, I've got a big nose, look at my nose.
Nobody loves looking at themselves the first time. I don't care who you are. Really, you hate yourself.
Yeah, so I kind of got to get through the first.
No one
and
had
then-
that.
Yeah.
By the way, can we do really quick? Because they're pissing me off. So can we let out like 4 big screams in a row? Like you've never let out and just make as much noise as you can? Here we go, on 3. 1, 2, 3, go! One more like bravos. Go! One last one, here we go, amazing! Yes.
For you on Farscape season, you talked a little bit about what was the best thing about being on Farscape and some of the worst things.
Best thing by far is being involved with the Jim Henson Company. because I was so besotted by Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, Storyteller, any creature, anything that they do is literally magic. Like, for us to be convinced that Kermit the Frog has a soul in there is magic. It's felt with the eyes that don't even move. But we believe that this is a creature, and you know that there's a soul inside of that little man. So that was amazing. Playing an alien, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want.
What did you think of Jim Henson?
I didn't meet Jim, but I'm not good mates with Brian, and he sounds like a muppet, you know. I love him, I adore him. He's like a brother. He's a Scorpion as well. I'm a Scorpion, we're very similar. I just, the crappy thing, the worst thing, was that it ended to me, because it was like, I was very young, it was a very big, crazy family. It was devastating, and I'm so happy that 20 years after, I still walk around, go and visit you guys, and it's still reaching people. And now it's on Netflix, so there's a new way that people get into it as well. It really was an extraordinary show. Yeah. I mean, I watched an episode the other night, and I'm like, it still stands up. The graphics are unbelievable. Like, it's very unique. They let us do our own creatures.
Were you over at that classic little theater where, oh God, who was the comedian? Had the little
Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin. Charlie
Yes,
Chaplin Studio.
yes,
Did you
yes,
film there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then when they asked me to come back and host Jim Henson Creature Shop Challenge, I was like, my mind was blown. And I said to Brian over a few drinks, I'm like, why me? Like, I'm the most ridiculous out of the bunch. And I said, were the other guys too expensive? Like, it was such a blessing.
You've both been involved in fan films. Richard, has there been any talk at all about doing any Galactica fan films?
Well, I don't know if you ever saw my second coming to.
Yes,
Ever see that?
absolutely.
Well, I mean, nobody did trailers back then, right? Nobody thought we were crazy. Now they do trailers for everything, including selling books. But I think with the craziness with Paramount right now, and Universal is very compartmentalized, and one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing. The question would be to put all that energy and time into doing something, because for me, I would want to do something really unique and special, because what we're learning is with XNR, those of you that have seen XNR, that with very little money, relatively speaking, and a lot of talented, gifted artists, you can make amazing movie making, right? And the studios don't want you to know that, because they spend a lot of money, a lot more money than they really would have to, because you could actually do something for far less, and it just comes, it depends on the level of the talent. So I just think that, you know, we're in a kind of a crazy time here, where I think they're all trying to protect their IPs, right? So the question is, how do they work out a win-win scenario between the fans, and I don't want to say fans have become professionals. I mean, the fans that are doing these kind of projects now that have grown from fans, like Ron Moore was a fan. And he started pitching for Star Trek. And then he got on the writing staff. And then the rest was history. So he was a dedicated fan who started out loving this genre. And then he was also a wonderful, incredible writer-producer. So I just think that we need to work out something which hopefully this lawsuit with Paramount can redefine the relationship between fan films and the studios without violating their rights. How do we work out a win-win scenario so these incredibly talented fans, Star Wars, by the way, they have film festivals for all their fan films.
Sure.
They seem to understand how that works and have worked out something that works for them. So hopefully they will. And if they did something like that, I'd love to do something with Battlestar. That'd be great.
Cool.
Yeah. But they are working on a movie, as you know, and relaunching the franchise.
Did you,
What's the status of that, Rich?
Oh, real quick. Real quick. So many studio films, when they're trying to get it together, go through director changes, actor changes, producer changes. Why? Because the producer gets busy. And all of a sudden their schedule is tied up for the next 18 months. An actor, if they don't have the movie made at a certain window of time, they're not available anymore. Trying to line up the director, writer, producer, the entire team is not the easiest thing. My friend is doing this movie called The War Magician, based on the book, about World War II and how we tricked the Allies into bombing the wrong place, took him 12 years to finally get it funded with Benedict Cumberbatch. Is going to start it. And he's also producing it. Studio Canal is funding it, and it's going to get made. So it takes time sometimes to get all the ducks lined up in a row. So I hope that soon, because they now have some Academy Award winners, The Hunger Games, they've got Social Network, they've got producers from those elements. The woman that's writing Westworld is now writing the latest Battlestar script, so we'll see. Keep the fingers crossed.
Thanks.
Did you know about the circuit? Remember I told you about the circuit?
No.
This also guys, a new project that we've got going on that I should introduce you to. On YouTube. Who wants you on board? It's called the Circuit. This also could help you as well. The Circuit is a really cool little brochures here. It's got lots of cool people involved: Tim Russ, Walter Coing, Gigi Edgley, Doug Jones, Ethan Phillips, Robert Beltram.
So there's no real actors in it, is there?
No, yes, exactly. But the point of the story is, so it's a Kickstarter. We're going to commence it in a couple of weeks. You can check it out online. So the theme is that we're asking fans to write short films for us. So the only rule is one of us has to be in it, and it has to be based at a convention. So it's respecting the whole, everything that we are. And it's cool to me because this is actually the first production a Kickstarter that allows fans to be more proactive and more involved. So you might even be able to whip something up, and then at a certain level of donating and all that jazz, people can actually come on board and be the costumer, be the actor, be the editor, be the whatever. So we're actually working together. So I've got these flyers here. So
that's good.
So that leads to that question. I'm not, if you're already in season 2, forgive me, but Alan Tudyk's Con-Man.
Yeah, I just did.
Oh my gosh, so cool.
I was in the family yesterday.
Babe, I've never seen that.
See, I have this jacket on, I'm still freezing.
I've never seen that. And I did an interview with them yesterday. Not Alan, but BJ and Nolan. Is that right, Nolan?
Yeah.
So what's PJ? Is he the producer?
Yeah, he's a producer, he's an author, and he's good friends with Nathan Fillion. It's about how they...
Right.
Is Nathan in it?
Nathan Fillion.
All the time, really?
Alan Tudyk's kind of
It's our life. Like,
Oh.
It is our life. Like it is.
It's the light in Firefly, but there's Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum.
And Nathan Fillion is the one that was able to go on from his character to other characters, and he's more famous. So Alan is the one that's always
Doing
showing up
conventions?
for conventions, doing conventions, and he hates conventions, but he loves the fans, he loves the attention, but he hates conventions.
It's so
There's
good.
probably a lot of actors like that.
Yeah, it's so good.
By the way, did you audition for Firefly?
No.
Okay.
No, I did.
I told her she should have auditioned for Battlestar, the latest
Yes.
Battlestar. I didn't know why she
Oh, I didn't get the audition.
Yeah.
Didn't get the
Only
audition.
great time.
I even asked.
Oh, yeah. Right.
With the Kickstarters and the GoFundMes and all those kind of things, is there an original idea or something that either one of you would want to generate, from your own perspective that you've always wanted to do, just never been able to do?
Yes, there's definitely some things bubbling in my heart and soul. It's just, I'm like a goldfish. I always have these amazing, cool ideas, and then I need to harness my energy and sit down and do it.
Focusing it into.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a project I've worked on for 15 years called Guam. I have a first novel coming out, I have graphic novels coming out, and I film trailers, and I'm going to film new trailers because it's been out there for a long time. I haven't pitched it anywhere, but as soon as I'm going to do a web series to launch the novel, but then the electronic game will be out sometime later this year. And that's something that has been a labor of love for me for 15 years, because when I couldn't do Battlestar, believe it or not, I did everything in my power to make the Battlestar Galactica series happen. I had funding, I had major companies lined up with me, I had Sony, I had everybody to do all these wonderful things, and Universal couldn't get it. They couldn't put to it, they couldn't visualize how can a show that was only 1 year long have an audience. Seriously, they could not see it. So anyway, I started developing Guam back then. It was very hard to segue over because I love Battlestar, the universe, the backstory. But I wanted to develop a story which goes into where sci-fi for me goes best, and that is we explore the mysteries of the universe, right? The mysteries of humanity, the mysteries of the universe. And so I've been developing this, and it's about a star mariner who's thousands and thousands of years old, been on Earth for 800 years, written a series of sci-fi books that are all true. And NASA Space Agency finds out when their first manned mission to the moon of Titan finds a crashed spaceship, they start to put two and two together, and they start coming after him. And it's a story within a story because we keep going back and forth on his life journey, which over the course of the Magellanic Cloud, I have 3 characters playing me, 16-year-old, 30-year-old, and then I'm the oldest version. I started out playing the middle version. I'm now the old guy, so I'm doing him. So. Anyway.
Can you just stand up with the outfit? Yeah. So good. I'm like, please, really hard to crack a smile out of you.
Any last questions? We only have a couple minutes. Anybody, any last thing you want to ask us?
I guess you shot some scenes for Axonar, and we'll make a documentary about how. Well, I had dinner with Alec Peters a couple of minutes ago.
How many of you have seen the Axonar trailer? Already? How many have not seen it? Right. Where's our tech guy? Did he leave? Is there any way you can just play it from the internet, from YouTube?
I don't have a video input. I have an audio input.
You can find it on YouTube.
It'd be nice to see it here.
Right, okay. Well, go on YouTube.
Computer I can do.
There's multiple trailers, and there's a 20-minute, which is the long version.
How do you spell it? Sorry.
What? Axonar. It's called AXANAR, Prelude to Axonar. It's an intro into the world, but it has J.G. Herzler, Gary Graham, Richard Ty's wife on the new Battlestar. I'm not. I guess it's not just me then. Well, what is her name? Kate Vernon. Kate Vernon. Kate Vernon's in it. It's got a whole slew.
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd's in it. It's got some amazing actors in it, so check it out. You'll love it. Seriously. And I get to play a Klingon.
Yes.
Yes.
Any last questions, guys? You've been.
Well, you know the nicest part of San Antonio is River Rock. Got lost in there, but no, it was nice. The convention was relatively small, and I felt bad for the promoter. Most of you have never produced a sci-fi convention. Let me just tell you, it's not the easiest thing in the world. It takes a lot of work, and very few of them succeed. And I think he invited way too many guests, and so I think he had some economic problems. So I hope he resolves it, is able to come back next year. Yeah. So any last question, guys?
Yeah. Last question, when are you guys going to be at your tables? You went by yesterday.
Right now.
I'm going to use my jacket as a hat, and can you just take out your credit card?
He's a starving actress. I said yesterday, I'm not this skinny by choice.
You have a picture from Star Trek Continues with you?
What, beautiful?
Did you bring some pictures from Star Trek Continues?
I have them all. I've got Nexus pictures, Star Trek Continues, Farscape. I've got my music as well.
Cool.
So yeah, we're all going to be in the what's the Walk of Fame?
Oh, the Walk of Fame. Yeah. So I'm going to be back there. We'll all be walking back there.
And then at 7 o'clock.
Running back there.
7 o'clock tonight, I'm doing another panel. It's called 5 Truths and a Lie. And it's 5 stories or 6 stories. You've got to pick which one of us is lying. Here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So bring your beverages and all that jazz, and we'll have some fun.
And then there's another Battlestar panel tomorrow, and I think Katie Sackhoff, she was just arrived. So she was there, but we'll have another Battlestar panel tomorrow.
What time's that?
I think it's in the Centennial 1, 2, 3. That's the only
I've got
thing.
a couple more panels as well too, so if you haven't heard amazing. How cool is
What's
that?
Chiana? What is that? Yeah. And the what? 2:30. I can't hear you.
40 years.
Oh yes, in my 40-year
Jesus,
anniversary
how
count,
much do you need to
which is
talk?
really a 50-year anniversary. But who's done more talking here? I've been so gracious.
Yeah, but they haven't been understanding.
Like all good men should. I'm listening. I'm listening. Anyway, it's tomorrow too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go over my whole career, everything I've ever learned, all the projects I'm involved in, and the stuff I teach and lecture about. Because I try to really help people to move out of all the things that block you from being successful in life. All the things I've learned about that we go over. So if you have a chance, you're not busy, come on over. Join us. Okay?
See you soon, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.